Hello guys and welcome. In this video I'm gonna explain for you the React lists. Okay, so how lists are work in React, I will explain to you using examples. Okay, so list is a very important concept in React because there are a lot of render of lists you when you work in React. Okay, so you may face in different kind of list. Okay, so you have to iterate and you have to know the map operator in ES6. Okay, so now let me create a new component that is called a football, or let me say like a favorite player. Okay, so this function will this component will return our favorite player. Okay, so now let me code it like this. So head1 my favorite player is data. Okay, so my favorite player's data. Okay, so now let me close this component. Okay, and now let me try to show you how list is working. Okay, so the concept is look guys, now I create a what we call a variable. Okay, so I create a variable inside this let's say like my favorite players, which is equals to an array of players like Messi, like Xavi, like some players like Iniesta, or some player like CR7, like Pepe. Okay, so now I have four elements. Okay, I have four favorite players which is stored in this array. Okay, so now my point is to show this every time. Okay, so if I'm saying like if I type four times like my favorite player is Messi, my favorite player is Xavi, my favorite player is Cristiano. Okay, so if I type like this, it is much more painful. Okay, so if you are working in a big data, so you have to work with this list concept. Okay, so how it works. Okay, so let me create a component, another component. It says like const my favorite player, which is equals to an arrow function. Let me return it says that a list of, or this may be heading, this may be a paragraph, depending on your choice. I choose a list. Okay, so my favorite player is done. Now I take a prop, okay, property, because I will render on this. Okay, so on the JavaScript worded. Okay, so this my favorite player, I have to iterate it. Okay, so like I say like my favorite player dot map. Okay, so I will iterate it and I take a parameter as a p. Okay, so then I will return some data. Okay, so this data is, maybe I call this component every time. Okay, so I call it my favorite player. I call this a component in each iteration. Okay, so I give it a prop name. To this is fav player, which equals to this I will assign it to this p. Okay, so because this p will every time iterate and gives the value. Okay, so I will give it to a p. Okay, so now what we do, what we have to do is to give our props in here. Okay, so props dot fav player. Okay, so my favorite player is, okay, so I say like props, and my favorite player is props dot what we call a fav player. Okay, so this is how it works. Now next what I'm gonna do is I try to render this favorite player component. Okay, so when I render this component, look what is gonna happen. It says like my favorite player is Messi, my favorite player is Javi, and etc. Okay, let's look it again. Okay, it's loading and it says that my favorite players data, this heading. Look guys, my favorite player is Messi, my favorite player is Javi, my favorite player is CR7, my favorite player is Pepe. Okay, so I didn't type this 4 times, I coded once, but using this for this map looping system, I listed different data. Okay, so this may be this may be kind what we call it a object array and other data types. Okay, so this is how it works, the list. Okay, so this is for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more content like this, and thanks.